Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Friday today, almost ready to enter another weekend, and I hope you've got something wonderful planned for this weekend, or you're just going to enjoy spending some time with the special people in your life. Now, I want to come on today because I watched an amazing movie last night, and it might not be everybody's bag, but it was actually about time travel, and it was about a family who the male line of the family were able to go back in time. And the main character of the movie, his father took him aside on his 21st birthday, and he told him the family secret about being able to travel back in time. Now, the reason I'm telling you this story is because it enabled these people to correct mistakes that they'd made or things that had happened and they didn't like the outcome. They would simply go back in time and they would rewrite history so that it actually panned out to be a wee bit more better than what had originally taken place. And in a perfect world, wouldn't that be lovely if we could all go back in time and correct our mistakes or rewrite specific days or do things differently so as that people wouldn't have to be hurt or offended. So the real message for this is though it got to the point where he was having children with his wife. He got married and he was having children. But unfortunately, the ability to travel back in time, if you brought a new life into the world, you wouldn't be able to go back beyond that birth. So before that, he was still able to have conversations with his father, even though his father had passed away. He was still able to go back in time like his father was physically here. But after his children arrived, that was no longer possible. And he just had to accept the fact that that chapter of his life had now closed and he was now moving forward with his own family. And here's the caveat for this, and it's probably the message of the movie, because let's face it, people can't travel back in time. So you just have to basically suck up the things that happen to you and the mistakes and the errors that you make, and you just have to make peace with them and move past them. So he then understood, after living for many years and having his own family, that he didn't need to travel back in time, and that the most important thing was to live in the day and to live for the day and to really appreciate everything that happened to you on that specific day. So for a wee while, what he did do was he relived every day. He went back in time and he relived every day. So the first time he was just going through the motions, and the next day he was taking in everything that he missed. He was really appreciating all the things around him, all the things to be grateful for, and it's such a super powerful message in this movie that regardless of what's happening in your life, regardless of things that have happened in your life, these are the things that actually allow you to grow as a human being. They allow you to step into a better version of yourself. And the only people that are unable to do that are those individuals that never ever learn from their mistakes and they keep repeating the same pattern, expecting a different response. We all know that's classed as insanity. So I think it's better to just accept what you can change, do what you can to change it, have grace for things that you can't change, and just move on and find your peace. Because that's, I believe, the real meaning of life is to get up every day, to be grateful for another day, to be grateful that the breath that you have in your body, to be grateful that your children are well and so are you, to be grateful for opportunities and challenges that will grow you and expand your consciousness and your awareness into a better person and version of you. And as far as time travel goes, maybe it's a superpower that some of us might like to have. I know it's never going to happen, but that particular movie certainly taught myself and my husband a very powerful message, and that was gratitude for what you actually have. You don't need to have hundreds of things to be happy. You don't need to have specific ticks in a box in order to have joy. That's an internal job, and it's something that you can choose every single day, because it's not anyone else's job to make you happy or to appease things that are happening in your life. You need to find the solutions to them. You need to look deep inside yourself and ask yourself the question, am I contributing to this in some way? Is there something that I can do to grow myself in order to be a better human being? And I am very proud of the fact that I have spent 14 years now in self-development. And yes, there have been times where I have tripped and I have failed and I have lost my peace, which has led me to lose my power. I have slid into situations that I certainly would not have chosen. I have had challenges in my life that have tested me to my core, and I genuinely mean that. Things that I never believed would happen have happened, and I have had to overcome all of them. And I have tried to do it with integrity and with grace. I don't need to stand on a rooftop and shout out every problem that I have to the world in order to gain sympathy or to appear to be a victim. That certainly is not me, and I would not encourage anybody else to do that, because people will only use things that you are going through. There are people in the world who will take that information and they will use it to throw mud at you. They will use it in ways that they will tell other people about your challenges and tribulations, and they'll use it as amusement. So grow your strength inside. You do not need to tell everybody what is going on in your life. But what you can do is you can start to rebuild. You can rebuild from things that have happened to you, from challenges that you've had, from tests that you've been through, and you can actually come out of the other side and replace what was lost. It might take a couple of weeks. It might take you a few months. It might even take you a few years. But I encourage you to do it with grace, to do it with integrity. And the most important thing that you'll probably have to cultivate at a time like this will be patience, because it will come when it's ready. Take inspired action, work hard, do what you have to get back to where you were, and then share that knowledge with the world, because whatever challenge you have, someone else has had it. And if you're brave enough to talk about it in a candid way and say, you can get over that, you can get over it by focusing on gratitude and appreciation for where you are, what you have, your health is wealth, and your friendships, your partnerships, your support, everything like that will take you way past any challenge or pain that you have. That is the recipe for happiness and for success in this life. And I hope that today and for the weekend ahead, you have a wonderful, peaceful, enjoyable, exciting, spontaneous, whatever it is that you're choosing to do. And I will speak to you very, very soon. Bye bye now.